I'd never heard this quote before. It's by Muhammad Ali, and I'm sure some of you here have heard this before. But I thought, when I read this, when I was doing my prep for Saturday's Live, I thought this would be a very good one to share with everyone, because I think this applies to everyone. So, I'm gonna read this, and maybe everyone just tell me what you think of this quote. I'll try and read it slow so that we can take it all in. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it is an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it is a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. I think that just is an amazing quote by an amazing individual, but it applies to everyone. How often do we think to ourselves when we're talking about something or talking about someone? It applies from when we're young to when we're old. When we say something is impossible, what are we really saying? We're too scared to try. If we try, what's the worst that happens? Sometimes it's better to try than to give up. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. Learn by trying. Without trying, we don't learn. And I think it's something to really think on, to grow. My favorite part is right in the middle. It is easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Every single person here can change the world. Changing one life changes the entire world. If you change one life, you've changed the entire world for that one person. And that's what we talk about sometimes on these Saturday Lives. Just a smile, spreading the positivity. One smile can change someone's whole day, and that person could change someone else's day, and it could spread. You have the power to change the world. You have the power to change someone's life. It's not impossible. Because impossible is only temporary. It's only impossible until you try. There's a book, and I'm sure everyone's heard of it or heard it spoken of at some point or another. teacher, professor. That's above my pay grade. I'm here talking to you as an individual. There's a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. Now, I don't know who's heard of it and who hasn't, but I'm sure you've heard it spoken of, whether in passing, in a show, in a movie. And I think it gets joked about a lot. You have it, Cheshire. See? I think that it is more important than people give it credit. I think just the chapter titles alone can really make you think. Chapter 1, believe in yourself. That's the first step to anything. Stepping out your front door, believing you can do it. Believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people say to you. And that's my point here. Believing in yourself. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to someone else's. Help somebody find themselves. People out there, whether it be bullies, whether it be trolls, whoever it is, they need our positivity as well. They need somebody to listen to them. Why do you think they come in and they say things like that? They say things because they want to be heard. And when you want to be heard, it's easier for people to pay attention to you that way. And that's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I'm wearing this. I see people make fun of me every day, and that's okay. I can be here for that. It doesn't matter to me because I believe in myself. And I want that for all of you. And I know the people that really want to hear this are still here. And that's important because each one of you can spread the message to everyone else. And that's how we change the world together. Something that's impossible is no longer impossible. It's probable. Going on to chapter 2. A peaceful mind generates power. When your mind is at peace, when you let the negativity go, all you feel is that positive energy to spread. And you can do anything. And because you believe in yourself, you can do anything. You generate the power to do anything. By being you. Exactly, Annabelle, because we listen, we speak to them. I'm glad you found us too. Alright, Chrissy, we'll see you soon. But what I mean is, we have the power to change the world. And being at peace with ourselves, believing in ourselves, we can do that. Now, it's not easy to change your mind to thinking this way. And that's why people come back week after week. That's why we still get sad. That's why we still get upset. And that's okay too. But it's always there. It's right there on the edge of your mind. Once you hear it, you don't forget it. It's always there. You just have to find the pathway from one end to the other, so that instead of going to that sad area or negative area, your mind flips. Your mind goes directly to the positive. How can I make this better? And that's what we work for. And it's not, Tommy, I don't think it's to create hate. It's to be heard. It's a pain that they may feel. And that's why we try and get them to stay, so that they can feel the positivity, so that they can get out of where they were. And once they stay here, we have had plenty of them. They stay and they become our friends. And in doing that, we've spread to one more person to change the world. Yeah. The chapter 3, how to have constant energy. Now, what is the energy we're talking about here? For us right now, we're talking about the positive energy, the positiveness within us, the belief that we are able to change things. How do we have that constant energy? I've talked about it many times. And I know we have new people here, so we're going to talk about it again. Every day, no matter what it is, whether you put your shoe on the right way the first time, you had a more than usual relaxing shower, somebody smiled at you, somebody waved, you found a penny on the ground, it doesn't matter what it is, one positive thing. Think about that in the afternoon, at night when you're going to bed. Think about one other positive thing that happened to you that day. Make it a ritual to do this. Wake up and remember those things from the day before. Exactly, wake up positive and go to bed positive. Don't dwell on the bad stuff from your day. Let that go. And think about even one small possible positive thing from the day. And over time, those negative thoughts will get less and less. It's so much easier to remember the negative things. So we have to concentrate and think of those. And eventually, just like water dripping on a rock, it will break away. Be left with that constant positive energy. Chapter 4, I'm going to skip over because it's not for everyone. It's still important. It's something to try for everyone. But we're going to go to chapter 5. How to create your own happiness. I think creating your own happiness is probably one of the hardest things to do. How to constantly make yourself feel happy, how to constantly make yourself pick yourself up. And it's okay to have people to lean on. That is okay. But how do we create our own happiness? Think about if there was no one else. No one else in the world, just you. And you are alone. You're lonely, of course. Well, how do you make yourself happy? How do you create that happiness by yourself? Find something deep within you that you want to get out. Something that you look at and love, whether it be looking at a sunset, looking at a water flowing. Do you want to paint that? Do you want to write about it? It's not going to be easy, no matter what, to create happiness. But we cannot spread happiness to others without knowing it ourselves. If you know what happiness is, you felt it before, find that. Think of that. The feeling of running downstairs on Christmas morning. The feeling of waking up and seeing snow, knowing it's a snow day and you get to play outside as a child. The feeling of hugging someone you love. Those happy feelings. That's what you dwell on. Find that and learn what makes you, by yourself, able to give yourself that feeling. Creating your own happiness. It's not anyone's job, but that doesn't mean that you can't help someone with it. That someone who's upset or sad and can't do it themselves, they may lean on you. And as long as you're strong enough, help them. We help people. We help each other. I see every single person who comes into my lives helping other people in the comments, one way or another. Exactly, Annabelle, because it spreads it. It's contagious, spreading positivity. Chapter 6, expect the best and get it. This is difficult, especially for me. It's hard because when you think about things, you think about every possibility that could happen. Now, you may be able to plan for the worst, but expect the best. Those are very different things. We can still think about things that may happen and plan for those. Let's say you plan ahead for your car to break down. You plan ahead by saving for that. Now, every day you wake up, you don't think your car's gonna break, but you've planned for it. You can expect your car to last forever. Expect the best, but plan for everything. Don't be disappointed. Expect yourself to get the best for yourself. I have a hard time with this myself, which is okay. We're constantly working on ourselves. But that's the thing. We can still know that something may happen. But expect for the best results. It's like cooking. I want to make something. I want to cook it. I want to eat it. I want it to be good. Now, Could I burn it? Could I overcook it? Could I undercook it? Yes. But when you're cooking, you're not expecting those things. You're expecting the best. You're cooking it. You're expecting it to work out. Now you may plan for it not to work out and have some backup meal planned. But when we start cooking, we have our recipe. We put the ingredients in. We check the time. We salt it. We spice it. And how good is it when it turns out just the way that you were expecting? The flavor is there. The feeling of being proud that you did it. And that's what I mean. Expect the best and get it. First chapters of the book are the most important, and I think it all goes back to the quote we said at the beginning. I'm going to read it again and really think about the words this time after we've talked about all this. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It is not an option. Impossible is not a declaration. It is a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. Right, impossible is a dare. Dare to defy impossibilities. When I first started this channel, it's only been 5, maybe 6 months. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted to start. But I saw people on here trying to spread positive vibes, positivity. I hear it all the time, positive vibes only. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to help spread positive vibes. And in the 6 months that I've been doing this, I see so many people feeling better, whether it be on my stream or someone else's. Yes, there's negativity out there, but look at how much positive there is. It's so much harder to see than the negative, but it's there. It's there. And it's beautiful. And something I never thought I could do was go back to school. And I finally decided that that's what I want to do. And I'm going to. I never thought I could write a book. I'm 3 chapters into my book now. I never thought I'd play live for anyone again. When I first started doing TikTok 6 months ago, it had been almost 10 years since I played for anyone. But I did it. I tried. I thought it was impossible. I thought I was going to give up playing. 6 months ago. And I'm sharing this with all of you because I started to realize the more that I learn, the more that I talk to you all on Saturdays especially, that nothing is impossible. I've done so much in my life, things that I never thought I could do. When I was growing up, I was always told, you can't do it. You're gonna give up. And you know what? When I was younger, that really hit home because I would give up. I wouldn't try. I wouldn't push past the hardships of what I was doing. And you should never tell anyone they can't do something. People may surprise you, but if you give them that confidence, no matter what you really think, one way or another, think about if you said, I think you can do it, and they didn't. Think about your mind would change each time. But if you tell somebody they can't do something and they give up, you'll never see them progress. And that's one takeaway from all of this. If somebody doesn't have that ability to not think about what others say, if they take everything in, if somebody says something mean to them and they take it personally, if somebody says something to me on this, I just let it go because I don't know them. They don't know me. Why should I care what they think about whatever it is? And what I'm talking about is, bullies, trolls, not everything. It's okay. But when you find that strength to know that you can do something one way or another of what someone says to you, that's when you really find yourself. Because you can all do it. I was told so much that I couldn't do things that finally, when I finally had the confidence in myself, I said, I'm going to do everything. Anything I try, I want to do it. I'm going to learn to do this. I'm going to learn to do that. And the more I learn, and the more things that I accomplish, the more I realize and I think about what was said to me when I was young and how wrong they were. And I think sometimes, how much further could I be if that wasn't ever said to me? But then again, if that was never said to me, would I have still done it? It's quite the paradox. It's okay, Ozzy. If it hadn't been said to me, I wouldn't be able to share it with all of you. And I probably wouldn't be here doing this Saturday live. So, in turn, it may have all been for the best. And something it took me a long time to realize. For me to go back to school was, I'm too old to go back to school, I'd tell myself. It's gonna take too much time, but you know what? Even if it takes me 20 years to get through the program I want to do, what else would I have done? I'm going to do it because what's the use of just thinking about it and not doing it? Just go and do it. You want to travel somewhere? You have responsibilities. What is it that's stopping you from doing what you want to do? Is it yourself? Now, it's one thing if you're taking care of someone else. You can't go and you can't do certain things because you need to be there for that person. But that's a choice that we make because we love someone, which is okay too. But don't give up on those things. You can still do them. You can do it. You can do anything. Impossible is nothing. That's right, responsibility. Responsibility is one thing, but impossible, it's still not possible. Maybe it'll be 10 years from now, but maybe it'll be 20 years from now. But it's not impossible. That's the same thing with me going back to school. Yes, I have responsibilities. Yes, I have a day job. Yes, I have to do things. Is it going to be hard? Probably. But it's not impossible. I'm doing it. I'm daring impossibility. Everyone says it'll be impossible for me to do the school and work and do things at home, but it's not. It's gonna be hard, but hard isn't impossible. But I'm rooting for all of you as well, and that's why I want to share that with you. I want you all to know you can do the same things. I went back to school. I became a deep sea diver. I welded underwater at 200 feet. I worked on a saturation diving boat. I'd go down, I'd come up. I'd go to work every day. I was on a boat for months at a time. Years before that, did I think I'd ever do that? No. But I did it. Am I doing it now? No, because it wasn't for me. I went into the military because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Right out of high school. I did it. It wasn't an impossible thing. It was something I did. I went through that. It wasn't for me. I don't know what I want to do with my life for the longest time. But what I've decided I want to do is help people. Am I going to go back to school and do it? Yes. Am I going to love it and do it for the rest of my life? Who knows? But I'm going to do it. Yes. For you, not for anybody else. Just like for me, not for anybody else. I want to do this and help people. I'm doing it for me, yes. Is it selfish? Maybe a little. But at the same time, I feel better helping people than I do just not doing anything. You know what I mean. By selfish, I mean I'm doing it for myself. I'm not doing it for someone else. In that term. a term created by those who intend to discourage. But that's not in the way that I'm using the word. I'm using it to say I'm doing it for myself. I guess a better word would have been self-care. I don't know. But I do think it's what I want to do. And so I'm gonna do it. I completely agree. Witchy hippie. I think, Annabelle, I don't know what you're going to school for, but I can see in you great things. I think once you're able to come on and be live as well, I think that you will spread so much joy and happiness to people. Because I know that by seeing what you say in all these streams, I can just tell that you have an amazing heart. We see great things for you. See, I didn't even know it was for sale. I think me and Casey had talked about it. But yeah, it's... Annabelle, we talk about you sometimes. We talk about how wonderful you are. Good healing hobbies. I think one of the best healing hobbies is untangling tangled cords, actually. Untangling knots. Because it teaches you patience. So something creative too is, I think the hardest thing for me, I do not have the patience for wood carving. I've tried, but I think people that can do woodworking have a skill that is just, I envy their skills. Calming. If I'm ever upset, I usually go straight to the kitchen to do dishes. It's become a habit. And by the time I'm done with the dishes, I've washed away whatever was upsetting. It gives you that time to think. And as you're washing the dishes, wash away whatever the anger or sadness was. It's like what do they call it? The doorway effect. It's like the doorway effect. Where you pass through a doorway from one location to another, and you forget, whether it have been your keys, your wallet, or whether it be something that someone said to you. Passing through a doorway is a scientific fact that helps people forget things. And on the opposite of that, walking back through a doorway can help you remember things. The doorway of